another great day to learn mathematics. I am Miss Siti Naima Andan, your teacher broadcaster for Mathematics 7. Today, I will teach you a new lesson in math. In this new normal, remember to stay at home, study, and together, let's be mathinik and matalino. It's about understanding integers and absolute value. But before that, let's have first our objectives for today. What are the things that you can learn at the end of this video? First, you will read and write integers. Second, you will compare and order integers. And third, you will find the absolute value of numbers. Where can you apply integers in real-life situations? We can apply integers in real-life situations like healthy lifestyle, in business, and in temperature. Now, how can we apply integers to healthy lifestyle? Calories, when eaten, it represents positive numbers. Calories, when burned, it represents negative numbers. And did you know that optimism may help you live longer? Now, how about in business? If there is profit, we have positive numbers. If there is loss, we have negative numbers. And did you know Facebook is primarily blue because Mark Zuckerberg suffers from red-green color blindness? And lastly, in temperature. When the temperature is above 0, it shows positive numbers. When the temperature is below 0, it shows negative numbers. And did you know, at night, the temperature on the moon is 160 degrees Celsius. During the day, it reaches 100 degrees Celsius. Astronauts survive the extremes of temperatures only because they have their spacesuits on. Now that we know where can we apply integers in real-life situations, let's proceed with the definition of what an integer is. What is an integer? An integer is any number from the set of negative numbers, 0, and positive numbers. We can also use the number line to show the set of integers. What is a number line? A number line is a line drawn starting from 0 and which extends to both sides without ends. This means that there are infinitely many numbers on both sides from the origin of the number line. This is a number line. It starts from 0, which is located in the middle of the number line, and it extends to the right side, and these numbers on the right side of 0 in the number line are what you call the positive integers. Now, how about the numbers on the left side of the 0 in this number line? These are what you call the negative integers. Let's learn more about positive integers. These integers are numbers on the right side of 0, and these are greater than 0. You can also write it with or without a positive sign, and its value increases as numbers move farther from 0. How about the negative integers? These integers or numbers are on the left side of 0. These are less than 0, and it is written with a negative sign. And lastly, its value decreases as numbers move farther from 0. How about the origin or 0? It is neither negative nor positive. It has no negative or positive sign. Think of this. The plus and minus are symbols used to indicate addition and subtraction. But in number line, they indicate the direction of a point from the 0 point, not as operations to be performed. In the number line, plus and minus are used as signs of directions. Thus, the example here is read as positive 2, not plus 2. And the example here is read as negative 2, not minus 2. Amazing, isn't it? Now let's try to use integers to real-life situations. Let us use integers to represent each situation. So we have a chart here with 4 columns. The first column is the situation. The second column is the representation using integers of the first column. Third column is the opposite of the situation. And lastly, the fourth column is the representation using integers of the third column. Okay, so let's have the first one. Walking 3 kilometers east. Is east in the right direction or on the left direction? Correct. Is located on the right side, and on the right side of the number line are the positive integers. So this means that this situation is represented by a positive integers. Therefore, walking 3 kilometers east, if you represent this to an integer, it will be represented by positive 3. Now, how about the opposite of this situation? Walking 3 kilometers west. We know that east is on the right side. So therefore, west is on the left side. And on the left side of a number line are the negative integers. So meaning, this situation is represented by a negative integer. Negative 3. Now let's proceed with the second one. Gain of 1,000 pesos is represented by positive 1,000. Loss of 1,000 is represented by negative 1,000. 15 degrees Celsius below 0 is represented by negative 15. How about 15 degrees Celsius above 0? It is represented by positive 15. Fall by 8 points is represented by negative 8. How about rise by 8 points? It is represented by positive 8. Now let's have the last one. 26,000 feet above the sea level is represented by a positive integer 26,000. How about 26,000 feet below the sea level? It is represented by a negative integer negative 26,000. Awesome! Since you already know how to represent situations using integers, how about some challenge for you? Let's try this. Pen and paper ready? I will only give you 1 minute to answer this, and we'll have a countdown timer to check the remaining time. Make sure to be mathematic. Use an integer to represent each situation. Ready? Start! Time's up, pen's up. Let's check how mathematic and mathalino you are. Use an integer to represent each situation. First, the price of each share of stock dropped by 4 pesos. Dropped here is a negative situation, and it is represented by -4. Second, a submarine is 26 meters below the sea level. Below is another negative situation. Therefore, it is represented by -26. Third, a savings account gained an interest of 120 pesos. Gain is a positive situation. Therefore, it is represented by a positive integer, positive 120. Fourth, an airplane flies at 27,000 feet above sea level. Above is another positive situation, and it is represented by positive 27,000. And fifth, Antarctica recorded a temperature of 54 degrees Celsius below zero. Below is a negative situation, and it is represented by -54. Perfect! Did you get all the correct answers? Awesome! You're a certified matinik and matalino. Did you know that you can always compare integers? When comparing integers, we can use the symbols greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. On the number line, the numbers increase as you move from the left to the right. Thus, -7 is less than -1 and -4 is greater than -6. So let's have some examples. Let us arrange the integers +6, -2, -8, 0, and +3 in ascending order and in descending order. A in ascending order, meaning we'll start from the smallest integer to the highest integer. So with this given, we'll start with -8 as the least value integer because it is far from 0 on a number line, and followed by -2, followed by 0, and then +3, and the highest integer is +6. Now let's proceed with letter B, in descending order. Now it's the opposite of ascending order. So therefore, we will start from the highest integer down to the least value integer. So we'll start with +6, followed by +3, and then 0, followed by -2, and the least value integer in the given is -8. So now that you already know how to arrange integers in ascending and descending order, how about some challenge for you? Let's try this. Pen and paper ready? Let's go! I will only give you 1 minute to answer this, and we'll have a countdown timer to check the remaining time. Arrange the integers in ascending order and in descending order. Ready? Start! Time's up, pen's up. Let's check how matinik and matalino you are. Arrange the integers. A in ascending order, meaning we'll start from the least value integer up to the highest integer. So from the given a while ago, the least value integer is negative 13, and then followed by negative 6, and then negative 5, and then positive 4, and the highest integer is positive 7. How about letter B in descending order? So we'll start from the highest integer down to the smallest integer. Again, from the given a while ago, the highest integer is positive 7, and then followed by positive 4, and then negative 5, down to negative 6, and the smallest integer is negative 13. Perfect! Did you get all the correct answers? Awesome! You're certified Mathinig and Mathalin. Another important idea to be learned from this video is the absolute value. What is an absolute value of a number? Let's have a number line, and let's take negative 3 and positive 3. Note that negative 3 and positive 3 are opposite integers, and negative 3 is 3 units away from 0, while positive 3 is also 3 units away from 0. Now what do you observe? Correct! These two opposite integers have the same distance from 0. Now this distance between 0 and the number is what you call the absolute value of the number. Absolute value of a number is the distance between that number and 0 on the number line. It is denoted by 2 bars. Absolute value of an integer is always positive because there is no negative distance. So in symbols, we have absolute value of 3 is equals to 3, and absolute value of negative 3 is equals to 3. Now let's take another example. Negative 7 and positive 7. Negative 7 is 7 units away from 0. The same with positive 7. In symbols, we have the absolute value of 7 is equals to 7. And the absolute value of negative 7 is equals to 7. This is exacting. Let's have more examples. Find the absolute value of each number. First, absolute value of 8. 8. Absolute value of 13. Positive 13. The absolute value of 78 is 78. How about the absolute value of negative 2? Positive 2. Absolute value of negative 1 million. Correct. Positive 1 million. Awesome! Since you already know how to find the absolute value of a number, how about some challenge for you? Let's try this. Pen and paper ready? Let's go! I will only give you 1 minute to answer this. And again, we'll have a countdown timer to check the remaining time. Find the absolute value of the following. Be a Mathinig and Mathalino. Ready? Start! Pens up, let's check how Mathinig and Mathalino you are. Find the absolute value of the following. So we have here the given. The absolute value of 3 is 3. How about the absolute value of 0? 0. And the absolute value of negative 90 is positive 90. And how about negative 4? Positive 4. And lastly, the absolute value of negative 1 is positive 1. Perfect! Did you get all the correct answers? Awesome! You're a certified Mathinik and Matalino. That's it. Since we are then understanding integers and absolute value, let us go back to our objectives a while ago. So at the end of this video, we are able to read and wrote integers, compared and ordered integers, and lastly, we found the absolute value of numbers. So that is all for today. Just don't forget, life is like an integer number, sometimes negative and sometimes positive. All you need to do is to apply the right formula and increase your happiness and success to infinity. So this has been your teacher broadcaster for today, Miss Siti Naima Andan, leaving you, huwag matakot, be ang mathinik, and be a matalino. Bye-bye!